What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Traveling Trader. I wanted to bring you this emergency video to talk about why did Bitcoin actually moon and then crash. And obviously it was unexpected. Nobody thought this would happen. If anybody tells you they did, they're probably lying to you. Now, a lot of us were bullish on Bitcoin in the long term, right? But what happened when Bitcoin jumped 40% really within a period of minutes and then crashed again over the course of a few hours, crashed about 15% down. It is now stabilizing around 9,200. Nobody expected that. So why did that happen? Well, there's a few factors that really played into this. One, we always talk about low volume, right? When an asset is low volume, it is really susceptible to anything. It is susceptible to changes in either direction. Momentum can really push the price in either direction depending on if there is a surge of buys or a surge of sells. And two is low volatility. When something is really low volatility, and you see this with Bitcoin from time to time, it trades in this very tight range. It is susceptible to these large swings. Now, the volume was ultra low. It was only around $200 million a day on the top 10 exchanges. This is down from a high of around $4 billion a day that we were doing in the early summer when Bitcoin surged to $14,000. And as volume was dwindling, so was the price, so was the interest and the sentiment in Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin then started decreasing in price, and then when BAKKT launched, and it was deemed, I wouldn't say a failure, but it was a very lackluster launch. There was extremely low volume on BAKKT. They weren't doing a lot they weren't trading a lot of contracts per day. And BAKKT is something that the industry was waiting for. So because it was a lackluster launch, that definitely led to the price decline from 10,000 to about 8,000. And then it just stabilized in this range where we were swing trading the hell out of Bitcoin between 7,800 and 8,500. It was a very easy range to trade for almost a month. But as we always say, trend is your friend until the end. So obviously that trend is going to end at some point, and it did just yesterday. So with that low sentiment that I was talking about, because Bitcoin was at such a, there was such low volume and low interest in Bitcoin, there was a death cross forming on the 1 day, right? And so because that death cross, and it actually did form between the 50-day and the 200-day, they actually did converge. And so what happened was the number of shorts increased to a month high. There was a month high in shorts, and I had been shorting Bitcoin successfully within that range, and I actually put in another short at 7,600 with a tight stop loss at 7,700. So with the rising shorts, that is a recipe for a short squeeze if there's anything that moves the price needle positively, right? So a couple of positive news items, or fundamental items, I should say, that did push the price of Bitcoin and initiated that short squeeze, because shorts were at a month-long high. President Xi of China had basically spoken about Bitcoin in a favorable manner, saying that we should embrace blockchain technology. It wasn't really an indictment on Bitcoin. He just mentioned blockchain and nothing to do with cryptocurrencies. But because there are no fundamentals in crypto, people are going to take that as a good sign for crypto and for Bitcoin, even though he was just talking about blockchain specifically. But he said that, we should embrace blockchain technology. And China is a country that had outlawed cryptocurrencies, remember. So there was that, and then BAKKT hit an all-time high in trading volume. It did seem pretty random, but they traded around 1,180 contracts, around $5 million for the daily volume, more than the previous 9 or 10 days. Like I said, it did seem random. There is one thing that strikes me as peculiar in this pump, and I'll talk about it in a second. So those two fundamental news stories pushed the price of Bitcoin up, and gobbled up all of the shorts that have been accumulating over the last couple of days, and those shorts were just getting liquidated. I mean, you can see this on the BitMEX, I can't remember what the name of the Twitter account is, but it basically shows you all of the liquidations that happened on the long and the short side. But you can see how many shorts were getting liquidated. And if you look at the BTC USD shorts on TradingView, you'll see that they just tanked because they all got liquidated. And you could tell this is a product mostly of the short squeeze, because Bitcoin's price tanked thereafter, right? It went from around 10,500 to, like I said, around 9,200. Now, what I find peculiar is the injection of volume into other coins. I mean, we saw coins like Neo up 25%. We saw, coins like Monero up 20-something%. There were just random, pumps of all these top alts. And I get why Bitcoin's price would jump, but I don't know why instantaneously the price of these other altcoins jump. Now, we did have a trade in Ethereum. I did long Ethereum at around 162, took profits at around almost $200 when it hit the price, and then started retracing. If you want access to the trade alerts, link is in the description. But yeah, it is a little shady. I don't quite understand why the price of all of the alts went up as well. Like I said, I get why Bitcoin's did, but I'm not too sure about the injection of of capital into the market. And trust me, I'm not the skeptical type if you've been around this channel for a while. Anyway, just something to think about. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging without a video. Again, if you want access to the trade alerts, link is in the description. I will be on my way to Prague in a couple of days, and I'll be probably launching another video from there at that time. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. If you have a question or a comment, leave it in the comment section below. Stay safe out there, traders. Peace.